Hey, fellow babies, welcome to the show that some say is born of pure, unadulterated propaganda, and at this moment is quite literally reprogramming your brain to do our bidding. It's 42 Show.
Yes, I am here being programmed by Mr. Dawson to do his bidding. And the first tonight is... I can't do that. We'll keep going on. Jesus. And in the stories we're not going to cover tonight, a news station accidentally airs an embarrassing clip instead of a solar eclipse, sending viewers into hysterics as they watched porn. We also have a drugged-in walk-in patient climbs into a hospital ceiling and causes $5,000 in damage as he gets stuck and police have to pull him out.
Just like Winnie the Pooh, man.
But we're not going to... yeah, he's looking for honey. We're not going to do those stories. So what stories are we going to do, Dick?
Yeah, let's turn it right over to this lady here. That is Sabrina Singh. And she gave a little briefing at the Pentagon and confirmed that Russia did, in fact, launch the experimental intermediate-range ballistic missile. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because there's been confirmation now by, spies. But it's based on a Russian RS-26 intercontinental ballistic missile. These things have like the same arc and sort of method of going. They just don't go as far. It was launched at Dnipro, and the missile carried a conventional warhead, she said. But it's very possible to outfit these with all kinds of other ones. There was the thing Starsky talked about. The warhead on this can split into 10 different segments that will go somewhere and cause destruction, making it very difficult to defend against. She says this is a very big concern to everyone, especially the U.S. right now. She says she doesn't have an assessment of its impacts right now, but it's something that they're very concerned and watching. She also said it's let's see here. The main distance lies in the range and strategic purpose. So these aren't quite so like you don't launch this at Washington. This is a little bit more closer range, but at the same time, I didn't mean to. I just picked Washington at the top of my head, Cold War, I'm 50s, right? Yeah. So Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin III explained why the U.S. would provide anti-personnel landmines to Ukraine as well. And he was saying that, the Russians have been so unsuccessful in the way that they've been fighting. They kind of changed their tactics a bit in the recent. And they're not just sending the mechanized forces in directly. They lead with dismounted forces who ensure that the mechanized forces that can then come through a bit more. And this is why the mines are going to play a key role. And the mines that Ukraine is fabricating for themselves right now, and they're fabricating a lot of them by what I understand, they're your more traditional mines, where these ones that the Americans are sending over now are the kind of things that you can arm and disarm and remotely set off, as well as just, watch somebody step on it. Far more...
So they're on the subscription service then?
Yeah. They come with an app. Yeah. But escalation is the word over the last week as it pertains to events in Ukraine. And it's definitely escalation. More threats as well from Putler and stuff. But, it seems that I guess on the way out, Biden is just, throwing caution to the wind and saying, screw it. Here you go. So I hope he does more of it, to be honest. Here we go.
Yeah. Another multi-billion-dollar aid package would go nicely timing now.
Oh, yeah. And fulfilled quickly, not drawn out. Like, just get it done right away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to think all those billions they spent on the election, campaigning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Get a refund and send it to Ukraine.
Mm.
So, what happened to this poor chap?
Wow. There's been a poll of 2,000 Brits, and they found that blokes that were most likely to emit a whiff at least 10 times a day, with 34% admitting being prolific parpers. And the most common name for the most prolific parters in the UK is John. So, do we have any Johns in the chat tonight? Hello, John, and just let one rip for the Shills. Women weren't far behind, with 26% and confessing that they break wind a minimum 10 times every day. But
what do you fucking people eat? What's going on?
It's all them baked beans. But closely followed to John was Paul and Simon. So Paul and Simon, you two, just put a cork in it. And Sarah is the top trumper of the women's team.
So don't sit next to Sarah at the singles table, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Porter, 50 of Nottingham, said he's always had a wind problem. He says, well, for as long as I can remember, I've always had the gaseous person I know. My parents used to laugh about it when I was a teenager, and now I've never grown out of it. It's just part of me. He says, my wife used to find it really annoying, and I used to get up and leave the room when I let one off. But now she's so used to it, she barely bats an eyelid. That's because her eyes have been burned off.
Yeah, he's killed her sense of smell. The disgusting.
But don't worry, everybody, because according to the NHS, it's normal to pass wind between 5 and 15 times a day. I do that every fucking hour. The study
strap you to the back of that Toyota Land Cruiser of yours, the family.
it's gas powered, man. The study also found that the favorite word to describe a bottom burp was a fart, with 60% said they used to describe use that word. Others include Trump, which Americans find that hysterical once they find out that Trump is also a fart.
The Trump.
Yeah,
like
break wind with 9% and park with 2%, with only bottom burp with 1%. A study. Who the fuck is doing these studies? Why have we run out of things to study?
What happened to like a good old fashioned one, like a balloon knot shout? Why isn't that even on the list, right?
Goat scream.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, that's enough about that study. We can put that one to bed. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, sorry, it's a picture of that guy again. If you were in a dark room and it was full of plants and Donald Trump walked through, that orange paint would actually get the plants to lean towards him as he walked through the room, thinking it's sun. Think about it. So the sentencing in Trump's Manhattan criminal hush money trial case has been postponed again, but not just postponed and a date, it's now indefinite. And attorneys on both sides are arguing over its future given their recent election victory. So Juan Merchan there, who's overseeing the case, did not provide a new sentencing date. Merchan said in his decision that Trump's lawyers had to file their argument for dismissal by the end of the business day on the 2nd of December, and then prosecutors will have 1 week to respond. The development came in the wake of, everybody's literally at a loss now because of this presidential immunity thing that happened. And the defense lawyers are basically going out of their way to do whatever they can to show that while he was president, while being president-elect, he's immune. And that's not exactly what it said. It said it was president, sitting president. So, and now they're getting into the whole legality of words and whatnot. This is going to take forever. But the bottom line is Trump's actions that led to hush money have nothing to do with being presidential. And in my mind, all of this presidential immunity so that you can't be charged for doing presidential things has nothing to do with the fact that this guy slept around in his wife and then paid the chick off to shut up. So, but at this point, it's starting to look like he's going to get away with this.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, he is guilty. 34 felony counts of falsified business records. And it's literally just going to evaporate by the sounds of it at this point, unless somebody steps in to totally push this. And so I don't understand how anyone could argue that this should be under presidential immunity knowing that in doing so, you're giving so much free reign and power that that's not what the whole democracy was supposed to be about in the first place.
Teresa Ansbell says karma will get him. Karma, is that some other kind of government agency I don't know about?
No, she misspelled Kamala, and yeah. But it's oh man, Trump's spokesperson Stephen Chung said this is a decisive win, and he repeated that the whole thing was a hoax from the start.
Wow.
Yeah. This is
I was supposed to say
elect a criminal. Why not?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a decisive win. No, it's not. It's constitutionally wrong. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not a win.
Yeah, it's a win for criminal behavior, and it's a loss for the rest of the public in general. It's a loss to everybody. We got a direct donation in here from UTV and Ham in the chat there. It's a $27 direct donation to support priority funding. Whatever's best, use it. Thanks, UTV and Ham. Oh, yeah, that's very cool of you indeed. Love the direct donations because we don't have to give so much to YouTube. They take enough as it is.
Yes. And Dick will prioritize that and drink it all up.
No, we do have some bills that need to be paid. More than a couple. Where am I going here?
I don't know.
Oh, no, isn't it your turn? Yeah,
yes.
It's your turn.
Yeah, well, Samantha Cook booked a surprise break for herself and her fiance. She was looking forward to a night of escapism after her relentless work schedule. She went through the local glamping sites and found a glorious £99 a night stargazing dome. They offered a futuristic pod with transparent canopy and breathtaking views of Yorkshire skies. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, totally.
It's amazing. But unfortunately, it turned out it was all fake. She arranged childcare and set off to the nearby Moulton with her partner Ryan for the unusual getaway. And they got to their destination. The couple weren't able to find the dome anywhere, so they went into a local pub and asked directions. And unfortunately, the people in the pub apologized to her and told her that she's been scammed. She was devastated and started crying and everything. Our weekend, and it's all ruined. Yes, it turns out this complete thing is a complete scam. You got the website there. You can look back at it. It looks, pretty authentic. Well, yeah, I even did a search for it, and I did find one of their websites, and just for a brief second, the images were up, and then it disappeared, saying, "No, this is gone." So that's quite interesting. They were sitting there in the cache, yeah. And if you do a search for these, the Star Dome, the only thing I found that was actually running was a Trustpilot, where you just go on there and it just says, "This is a scam. This is a scam. This is a scam. This is a scam."
Oh no, that's too bad.
A whole bunch of people have been scammed by this. I mean, it looks pretty amazing. I'd have loved that, but I wonder where that picture was taken. There is one somewhere.
But if you look, it looks like it's inflated or whatever. And as such, I can hear the fan of that, that wiggly thing that does car sale advertisement going. Yeah, it's going to sound like a bouncy castle at a birthday party, right?
Trying to sleep next to the motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear, what a shame. So watch out for people. Watch out for these scammy holidays.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Wait a minute. Let me get my thing lined up here. Okay, so we're good on time here. Nice. Okay, I was getting worried there. For some reason I thought time was going quicker. This guy is Matthew Whitaker, and he's Trump's NATO pick. So he would be the, what's the damn title? Get the ad out of my face. He's the ambassador to NATO. right? He's the pick anyway. And he's a former college football player and George W. Bush era U.S. attorney for Southern District of Iowa, who went on to serve as acting attorney general in Trump's first administration following the ousting of, Jeff Sessions. But between those two brushes with high office, Whitaker took a far more unconventional position, serving between 2014 and 2017 on the advisory board of a Florida company known as World Patent Marketing. So it's just, crap. And they bill itself as a promotional service for inventors and blah, blah. And the one invention that he was, helping to market or bring to that they were trying to was the masculine toilet, redesigned to offer more room in the bowl for particularly well-endowed men.
How well endowed?
Well, a press release, a press release from 2014 promoting the product explains in painstaking detail that the narrow curvature at the front of a conventional toilet seat creates limited space for male genitalia when a man sits on the toilet seat. The average male genitalia is between 5 and 6 inches. However, this invention is designed for those of us who measure a little longer than that.
What I do is I just put a little pillow to rest it on.
So it goes on here. An estimated 12-inch distance is adequate enough for most well-endowed men, although we might have to increase it even more. And it's to protect from swiping your tip against the inside of the bowl, I guess, right? And they're going on about infections and diseases and everything. And I don't know how many people have had to cut their chap off because they accidentally gave a tip wipe to the inside of the bowl when they were getting up. But,
we should do a study.
Yeah. You ever had to chop that long thing on, off because you, but yeah.
Yeah, hands up in the chat.
Yeah.
In fact, let us know in the comments afterwards.
Marcia Lugan there in the chat. John Holmes. Yeah, I guess this would go over well at like porn shoots in a few places, right? It never got to market. And they had this thing. They thought it would be great for houses, apartments, condos, restaurants, business complex, hotels. It's just,
You can just imagine taking that onto Shark Tank, can't you?
It's like the invasion of the huge cock. Oh my God, So, yeah, and that's what this guy did. And they backed a couple other wacky ventures, including a time travel cryptocurrency. I shit you not. It says it. It's right there. They even highlighted it in red. This is in the Independent.
And what is that exactly?
I you'd probably have to ask Marty McFly. I really don't know. A time travel cryptocurrency. What does it get more valuable?
No, it goes backwards in time. It becomes less valuable.
Yeah. Oh God, is it sponsored by the Enterprise? That is crazy.
Yeah.
So
what it is you take $1, you go back in time, you buy 1 Bitcoin for $1, and then you just wait for it to invest in the future. There you go.
Now, it actually gets worse, if you can believe it. So the company was later accused of taking money from its clients while failing to honor its commitments and subjecting them to threats, intimidation, and gag clauses when they ventured to try to complain. They were investigated, fined $26 million, and shut down by the Federal Trade Commission. And this guy would be the ambassador to NATO, because why the fuck not?
Well, he's not too bad. I mean, you look back at that picture of him there. He is actually describing the direction for ballistic missiles. So he knows a little bit. He'll learn the rest. He'll pick the rest up as he goes along.
If he had a beard, it would look like his head's on upside down. That'd be funny. We need a rotating head version of his graphic, so I can just sit here and spin it around while we bring it up. Spin the wheel. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we need. We need his head on spin the wheel, man.
I'll work on it. Hey, we got some gifted memberships.
We do. Aussie T gifted out Shills memberships. Hey, thanks so much, Aussie T. We love gifted memberships. And remember, if you're the last one on the show to get a gifted membership, send us your name and address, and we'll make sure you get tonight's bar tab. All right. Is it my turn? No, it's your turn.
Yes, it is my turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Well, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! And a groundbreaking fusion of faith and technology. A church in Lucerne, Switzerland, has introduced an AI-powered Jesus hologram to hear confessions. It's part of an art project. Godded Machine. The installation at St. Peter's Chapel invites visitors to interact with a computer-generated Jesus face, which responds to spiritual queries and advice based on scripture.
If he gave me a choice between the red and the blue pill, I'm going to flip out.
However, the installation has its critics. Some dismiss the avatar's guidance as generic or label the project a gimmick. Others raise ethical concerns about AI's growing role in deeply human spheres like faith. Yes, the human thing. That's
what I was going to bring up. This is totally wrong.
It's totally wrong to bring an artificial, non-existent thing into face about a non-existent thing.
If you're going to confess, it should be to a human that can then go around and spread rumors about you. That's how life works.
Yeah. Well, no. If he's doing a chat GTP, let's face it, it's going to be chat GTP at the end of this. Yeah. It's just going to be stored on some kind of information center.
Maybe the AIs trade jokes about the users back and forth.
They'll just sell it to some highest bidder. You want information on this guy? No problem, we'll sell it. But no, the AI was developed through theologians and computer scientists who trained the New Testament and other religious texts into the system, and it's tackled tough questions such as advising a visitor supporting a loved one considering assisted suicide. Its empathetic response encouraged asking open-ended questions like, "What does your faith mean to you?" and offering unconditional support without judgment. Yeah, okay. I wonder what Trump would ask it. What's the Bible? What else could I pick out of this long and dreary story that's worth telling you about? Critics, skepticism, warnings, potential consequences. But apparently this AI thing can talk 100 languages. Apparently, well, I mean, I think God could probably do them all, couldn't he? I didn't know God was limited.
I hear he's really good with languages. Learns them quick.
Sorry, no comprende.
I always thought God would be a good Mexican. I think that would actually work, He
was.
Yeah. That's why he took Sunday off. Man, I'm just so tired.
But there you go. Here's the future. Yeah, the AI Jesus is going to be a glimpse into our possible future. Okay. Yeah, great.
I don't.
A mystical made-up spirit in a mystical made-up spirit. Brilliant.
I want to remember to get Greg Terry's opinion on this on the Saturday Ukraine show, because I want to know what an actual preacher thinks of this.
Yeah, and then take what he says and put it into Chat GTP and see what it thinks about Greg.
Yeah.
Get into an argument.
That'd be funny. That's not preaching.
I only came here for an argument.
Yeah. Oh no. There's a lot going on these days in the world of electronic money. Apple Pay, Google Wallet, all these digital services. They look like banks, they act like banks, but they're not.
Smell like banks.
Yeah, exactly. And so, they can close down your account without any legal recourse in the background, where a bank can't just screw around like that. There's so many regulatory restrictions on being a bank, and all these places are acting like banks. But until now, no restrictions. Well, that's all about to change. The U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has just ruled that all digital services that handle a significant number of transactions should be subject to bank-like supervision. The government agency will gain new powers around incorrect transactions, fraudulent activity, data privacy, and more. So, who will be subject? Well, quite a few, it says here. The CFPB is targeting payment wallets and money transfer apps that handle more than 50 million transactions per year. So that's Apple Pay, Cash App, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, and on and on and on, right? It's a significant change for sure, but it won't mark the end of like crypto scams or anything, because it's using this just to transactions so far conducted in US dollars, right? And make no mistake here, this only applies to America, but the way that California emissions have become global emissions, and it takes one person to start and then other people jump on board. The EU leads the charge some places, America follows suit. And this could be a really, really good thing, because again, it's this huge unregulated thing, and there's all these hidden fees and things and blah, blah, and it's got to get reined in. I approve. I applaud.
Yeah, good for consumer protection more than anything else. But
Very much
also means though that if they're going to be like banks, if they all start to go under, the government will have to bail them out like banks do.
Yeah, that's true. But most of these places don't encourage you to use them as savings places and stuff. Although I do know that quite a few people that transact online usually carry a PayPal balance or whatever, right? So I do.
What if you can get a mortgage through Apple Pay? to buy the next Apple computer.
Oh, can you imagine? Yes, but you'll have to share a key with us so that we can put our own motion sensors and monitors in.
Oh, you want an extension? Oh, that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you way more.
Yeah. The house comes with 4 kitchen cupboards, but if you'd like 16, that'll be another $40,000.
Oh dear,
too funny. Let's see here. Where do I start your next one? Okay, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, we're off to Italy. Well, more importantly, Sardinia. Alole is a picturesque. It's a picturesque village in Sardinia. It's launched a campaign targeting all those disillusioned Americans seeking refuge after the election. Known for selling dilapidated homes for as little as €1 or just over $1, the town is now ramping up its efforts to attract US expats to revitalize its shrinking population. There's a new website that appeals directly to those feeling burnt out by global politics and offering the chance to build your European escape in the stunning paradise of Sardinia, famous for all the mafiosa. Don't they live there?
Where those little fish that smell funny in a can come from?
Where are we? Alelo's offerings include 3 housing tiers, free temporary homes for selected digital nomads, one whatever they are.
Are they trying to make a YouTuber village?
Sounds like it. Could be Shills Central. You get €1 fixer-uppers and a move-in ready house priced at around €100,000 or about $105,000. So you can get a brand new ready to move in house for $100,000.
Wow.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't see the deal here.
Yeah. If I don't know, God knows what the $1 fixer-uppers are like.
There's a bucket in the corner by the fence,
crumbling rubble. Yeah. I think we do have a picture of one of their fixer-uppers.
Okay, yeah.
There's a buck. The cracks cost extra.
I keep expecting to see James Bond jump off the roof and run off or something.
Yeah, but despite the the place's charm, its population has dwindled from 2,500 century ago to just like 1,150 today. They should fill it up those like that Japanese town with like the little dummies everywhere. Yeah, saying U.S. applicants will receive preferential treatment. They want U.S. cash. He says, we can't name the US president behind the wave of interest, but we all know who's inspiring Americans.
Yeah,
you got a bit of a follow-up on that, haven't you, Dick?
Yeah. There's, where is my thing here? I've totally drawn a blank.
Ellen.
Yeah. So Ellen DeGeneres and her wife have announced that their place is for sale and they're leaving America. They're heading for the UK. They're done. The Trump won. They're gone. And a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus ... community have the similar sentiment. It's not a happy time in that category of life.
Well, Sardinia is waiting for you.
Yeah, and they have little fish.
Yeah, she can get one of those fixer-uppers. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah. There is. I should mention this. We don't really talk about this, but what the fuck? Reactions to the arrest warrants, the ICC arrest warrants for Netanyahu and Gallant. There. Let me just skip by because everybody knows the information now, right? So. Israel's rejected decision and describes the move as anti-Semitic in a statement. Big words. Israel rejects with disgust the absurd and false actions leveled against it by the ICC. Israel won't give in to pressure. There's some other stuff. I just want to read you some reactions from people.
Well, just before we get there, the ICC, the International Criminal Court, is that right?
Yeah.
Does that come under the UN, the United Nations?
It's its own kind of thing. I'm not really even sure. I just hear it come up now and then. And
no, I've never really thought about it. Yeah.
And all these countries are signed on and saying, yes, we're a part of this. And then every time they make a decision, a third of the countries go, oh, we're not sure. And it's very strange. But
yeah.
Right. So Hamas here welcomed the decision to issue the arrest warrants, calling it an important step towards justice. And can lead to a redress for the victims in general, but it remains limited and symbolic if it's not supported by all means and by all countries. So
I know they're saying that, but didn't the ICC also include them, their leaders into this arrest as well? They're out for arrest if they can get them.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're
not exactly picking sides on it. They're just like, right, you two, come on.
Yeah.
We're rounding you up.
Yeah, and an Al Jazeera reporter is saying that people in Gaza were quite skeptical. And we know the unwavering support for Israel is what most people say. So they're very suspicious of the outcome, and they say it might be challenged by U.S. administration. Palestinian Authority said the ICC's decision represents hope and confidence in international law and its institutions. Argentina declares it's deep in disagreement with the decision. They say it ignores Israel's legitimate right of self-defense against the constant attacks by terrorist organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah. Austria foreign minister called the warrant incomprehensible and ludicrous. Belgium said the fight against impunity wherever crimes are committed is a priority, and they fully support the work of the ICC. Canada said it's very important that everybody abide by international law, and said that Justin Trudeau said that Canada would abide by rulings of international courts. If you don't know, Justin Trudeau is the son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau, a well-respected Canadian prime minister, and Justin Trudeau is a prime minister as well. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said the ICC warrants were not political and should be respected and implemented. France said it would act in line with the ICC statutes. They said they declined to say whether France would arrest, but say because they said it was legally complex. I figure in France, it's what, Friday, so everybody's probably just going to go and put high vis vests on and burn some shit down anyway. So I think France would probably just stay in the middle and deal with their own stuff.
Well, after finishing off with this lovely bottle of Chablis.
Yeah, exactly. Germany will carefully examine the arrest warrants, but will not take further steps until somebody visits the country. Hungary said it's a shameful and absurd decision. Iran, they say it's the end of political death of Israel and calling, right? Ireland said this is an extremely significant step. He added that Ireland respects the ICC and they're totally in line. Italy said they support the ICC and the court must play a legal role and not a political one, though they did stress. Jordan says the ICC decision must be respected. And so, it's not exactly uniform in the world. It's interesting how this is playing out. So we'll watch, see how it goes.
I mean, I'm not going to get political about it. I mean, I think it's criminals, war criminals should be brought to justice, whatever happens. Yeah. But I will give us a little advice to Netanyahu. Just pick your holiday destinations very carefully.
Yeah. Not like somebody that ended up in Florida arrested, the VW guy. That was stupid. We got a $10 direct donation in. I do believe that it's probably a tip, because it doesn't have like any other of the other message stuff. It just kind of came into PayPal. And I know the name, and I know that name isn't the one that I say when this person tips or donates, but I can't remember who it's supposed to be. So in the live chat, put your hand up and take credit for that $10 direct donation in there.
It was me and my wife.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a Stream Elements tip, but Stream Elements I've been refreshing it and it just won't tell me. So I'm not sure.
Maybe it was Stream Elements. They just felt generous.
That's true. Could have been. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too. What do we got here? 17 seconds left, right? So,
all right, very, very quickly. Fox News host Jesse Waters has claimed that there's an unspoken rule amongst men that they do not wish other men, happy birthday. What is this? Oh, have you ever heard of this? Is it your birthday, Dick? Happy birthday. Oh, no, I just broke rules.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
I got this long article about it. We'll talk about it in the after show, whatever. Yeah. Because this is utter gibberish.
We'll continue that, and we've got big thanks to the team coming up in the credits. We've got an after show coming up in like 5-6 minutes. Here's the link, everybody. See you over there. Thanks for joining us, and say goodbye.
Adios.
And a big thanks to the team who literally keep the wheels moving around here. We've got Shayna running the Shills account tonight. We got Super Chat Matt in the chat as well. So big thanks to the team. And update on the net. He's slowly getting set up in her new home on the western side of the Americas there. And she'll be back in action with us soon. So huge shout out. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, and hope you can hear me properly today, and it's not all bibbly-bobbly like it was yesterday. But I would like to say thanks to everybody, who super chats, become channel members, donate channel members, or any kind of like donation at all. It's greatly loved by us. And don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm just going to do that right now, so you can just damn well do the same. And don't forget to share us out. Share us out however you can. You can say happy birthday to another bloke and say, well, up yours, the Shills told me to do it. Or just fart in the name of the Shield, I don't care. Or just do it on social media. But share us out, that's the important thing. And come to the comment section, leave comments and tell us how fantastic we are, because we've got egos that need stroking.
Speaking of which, more than 2 shakes and you're masturbating, fellow babies. See you on the after show.
Stay shilly.